The internet exploded again the moment new footage of Jungkook dancing for Calvin Klein began circulating online. Fans who thought they had already seen every possible side of the global superstar suddenly found themselves speechless as the BTS vocalist delivered one of his most captivating performances yet. The combination of smooth movements, confident expressions, effortless charisma, and cinematic lighting instantly turned the video into one of the hottest discussion topics across social media platforms worldwide. From the very first second, viewers could feel that this was not going to be an ordinary fashion campaign. The setting itself created an atmosphere that looked like something straight out of a high-budget music film. Surrounded by vintage motorcycles, warm industrial lighting, and a glowing jukebox in the background, Jungkook transformed the room into his own personal stage. The simplicity of the white shirt and black pants somehow made the performance even more powerful. Fans repeatedly said the styling proved once again that Jungkook does not need extravagant outfits or complicated visual effects to dominate attention. His presence alone was enough. As the music played and Jungkook began moving across the floor, thousands of viewers immediately flooded comment sections with emotional reactions. Some fans admitted they replayed the clip dozens of times because they could not take their eyes off his movements. Others joked that the video should come with a warning because it was dangerously attractive. Within minutes, hashtags related to Jungkook and Calvin Klein climbed trending charts in multiple countries, proving the enormous influence he still carries globally. What made the performance especially memorable was the way Jungkook blended elegance with raw energy. His dance style looked relaxed yet incredibly precise at the same time. Every step felt natural, almost effortless. But fans who understand choreography quickly noticed the technical control hidden behind those smooth transitions. Many professional dancers online praised the way he used body angles, timing, and rhythm to create a performance that felt both stylish and emotionally engaging. One of the most talked about moments came when Jungkook leaned into the retro vibe of the room and danced near the glowing jukebox. The warm orange lights reflected across the floor while his movements matched the rhythm perfectly, creating a cinematic scene that fans described as unreal. Screenshots from that moment instantly spread across social media, becoming profile pictures, wallpapers, and viral edits within hours. Longtime followers of BTS were not surprised by Jungkook's ability to command attention. Since debuting at a young age, he has consistently evolved as a performer. However, many fans pointed out that this Calvin Klein campaign showed a different kind of confidence compared to his earlier years. There was a mature calmness in the way he carried himself, as if he fully understood the impact of every glance, every movement, and every pause. The reaction from international fans was especially massive. Online communities from South Korea, the United States, Japan, Indonesia, Brazil, and Europe all exploded with discussions about the performance. Some fans focused on the artistic direction of the campaign, while others simply admitted they were overwhelmed by Jungkook's visuals and charisma. Memes, reaction videos, edits, and slowed-down clips began appearing everywhere almost instantly. Fashion critics also joined the conversation. Several commentators noted that Jungkook has become one of the most powerful ambassadors in the global fashion industry because he brings something unique to luxury campaigns: authenticity. Unlike models who only present clothing, Jungkook makes audiences emotionally invested in the atmosphere of the campaign itself. He turns fashion into storytelling. That storytelling aspect was impossible to ignore in this dance performance. Even without dialogue, viewers felt as if they were watching a character come alive on screen. The smoky lighting, vintage environment, and controlled camera movements created a nostalgic yet modern mood. Jungkook's dance became the emotional center of that world, pulling audiences deeper into the visual experience. Fans especially loved how natural he looked throughout the entire performance. Rather than appearing overly rehearsed or robotic, his movements flowed with freedom and confidence. Many people online said that this relaxed energy made the dance even more attractive because it looked like Jungkook was genuinely enjoying himself rather than simply completing choreography. Another reason the campaign went viral was the balance between masculinity and softness that Jungkook displayed. His powerful movements carried intensity, but his facial expressions remained smooth and expressive. This duality has always been one of his biggest strengths as a performer, and the Calvin Klein campaign highlighted it perfectly. Across TikTok, countless users attempted to recreate parts of the choreography. Dance creators analyzed his footwork frame by frame, while fan accounts uploaded slowed versions to study every movement. Some videos discussing Jungkook's dance accumulated millions of views in less than a day, showing just how strongly audiences connected with the performance. Music fans also noticed how deeply Jungkook understands rhythm. Even when performing simple movements, he knows exactly how to align them with the beat to maximize impact. This musical awareness is one reason why his dancing feels so satisfying to watch. Every motion appears connected naturally to the sound rather than forced onto it. The visual direction of the campaign also received widespread praise. Instead of relying on excessive editing, the production team allowed Jungkook's performance to remain the main focus. The warm lighting and retro props complemented his energy without overshadowing him. Fans appreciated this decision because it made the performance feel more intimate and authentic. Some viewers compared the atmosphere to classic American rock and roll aesthetics mixed with modern K-pop elegance. The motorcycles, wooden floors, vintage jukebox, and industrial background gave the campaign a rebellious edge, while Jungkook's clean styling and polished movements added sophistication. That contrast created a visual identity that people could not stop talking about. Within fan communities, many people described the campaign as one of Jungkook's most iconic fashion moments to date. Some even argued that it surpassed previous collaborations because of how perfectly the concept matched his personality and performance style. The combination of confidence, charm, and understated styling created a timeless image that resonated strongly with audiences. As clips continued spreading online, media outlets began publishing headlines about the viral reaction. Entertainment websites highlighted how quickly the campaign dominated social media trends, while fashion magazines discussed Jungkook's growing influence in luxury branding. Analysts pointed out that campaigns featuring BTS members consistently generate extraordinary engagement, but Jungkook's Calvin Klein performance seemed to ignite an especially emotional response. Part of that emotional reaction comes from the connection fans feel toward Jungkook's artistic growth. Many supporters have watched him evolve from a teenage idol into one of the most recognizable performers in the world. Seeing him confidently lead such a powerful campaign felt meaningful to fans who remember his early debut years. Several online discussions also focused on Jungkook's stage presence. Even though the setting was relatively simple, he filled the entire room with energy. Whether he was standing still or moving quickly, viewers found it difficult to look away. That magnetic presence is something many performers spend years trying to develop, yet Jungkook seems to express it naturally. Some dance experts explained that his effectiveness comes from control rather than excessive movement. Instead of constantly performing complicated choreography, Jungkook knows when to slow down, when to pause, and when to emphasize certain gestures. Those choices make the performance feel dynamic and emotionally engaging rather than mechanically perfect. Fans also praised the camera work because it allowed audiences to fully appreciate Jungkook's movements. Smooth tracking shots followed him naturally without cutting too rapidly, helping viewers feel immersed in the performance. Many people online said the video felt cinematic enough to belong in a movie rather than a typical advertisement. The campaign once again demonstrated the extraordinary relationship between BTS members and global brands. Companies understand that collaborations with BTS create enormous attention, but Jungkook's Calvin Klein dance showed something even more valuable: cultural impact. People were not simply discussing the clothing. They were discussing the mood, the artistry, the emotions, and the performance itself. One particularly viral moment involved fans reacting live while watching the clip for the first time. Compilation videos captured people screaming, covering their faces, falling backward, or completely freezing when Jungkook appeared on screen. These exaggerated reactions quickly became part of the online phenomenon surrounding the campaign. The internet's obsession with the performance also highlighted Jungkook's ability to transcend language barriers. Even viewers who knew little about K-pop found themselves impressed by his charisma and movement quality. Comments from new audiences poured in, with many admitting that this campaign introduced them to Jungkook for the first time. Fashion insiders noted that Jungkook represents a new era of celebrity influence where artists are not limited to music alone. He moves seamlessly between performance, fashion, branding, and cultural conversation. His Calvin Klein campaign felt less like a commercial and more like a global pop culture moment. Another factor that fans loved was the confidence Jungkook displayed through minimalism. There were no massive backup dancers, giant sets, or overwhelming visual effects. The performance relied primarily on lighting, atmosphere, and Jungkook himself. That simplicity made the final result feel more genuine and impactful. Many supporters pointed out how expressive Jungkook's body language was throughout the dance. Small gestures, subtle turns, and controlled movements communicated emotion without needing words. This ability to tell stories physically has become one of his defining strengths as a performer. The emotional attachment fans feel toward Jungkook also intensified reactions to the campaign. For many people, watching him succeed on global platforms feels deeply personal because they have supported him for years. Seeing his confidence and artistry recognized internationally creates a sense of pride within the BTS fandom. As discussions continued online, some fans began analyzing hidden details within the video. They examined the set design, lighting choices, camera angles, and symbolism behind certain scenes. This kind of detailed engagement reflects how deeply audiences connect with BTS-related content. Every frame becomes something worth exploring. The campaign also sparked renewed conversations about Jungkook's influence on fashion trends. Shortly after the video went viral, fans began searching for similar white t-shirts, black pants, boots, and vintage-inspired outfits. Social media feeds filled with people attempting to recreate the same effortless style seen in the campaign. Even casual viewers admitted the performance felt addictive to watch. Many comments described repeatedly replaying the video without getting bored. This replay value comes from the balance between simplicity and charisma. Each viewing reveals another subtle expression, movement, or detail that audiences may have missed initially. Entertainment analysts emphasized that Jungkook's global appeal lies in his versatility. He can dominate a massive stadium concert one day and then completely captivate audiences in a small, intimate fashion video the next. That adaptability allows him to remain relevant across multiple industries simultaneously. Some fans compared the atmosphere of the campaign to scenes from classic Hollywood dance films, while others described it as modern rockstar energy mixed with polished idol performance. Regardless of the interpretation, nearly everyone agreed on one thing: Jungkook completely owned the screen. The overwhelming response to the campaign once again proved the strength of BTS's global fandom. Within hours, fan translations, edits, memes, and discussion threads appeared in countless languages. Online communities worked together to amplify every clip and photo connected to the performance, helping it spread even faster internationally. Jungkook's facial expressions during the dance became another major topic of discussion. Fans said he mastered the balance between intensity and playfulness, creating moments that felt spontaneous yet carefully controlled. His ability to communicate emotion through subtle expressions added another layer to the performance's appeal. Several industry professionals commented on how naturally Jungkook fits within fashion campaigns compared to many musicians. Rather than appearing uncomfortable or overly posed, he blends movement, attitude, and styling effortlessly. This quality makes audiences believe in the world being presented on screen. The lighting design also played a major role in shaping the campaign's emotional tone. Warm amber colors created a nostalgic atmosphere that contrasted beautifully with Jungkook's modern image, The glowing jukebox in particular became an unforgettable visual centerpiece that many fans associated instantly with the campaign. Online editors quickly transformed clips from the performance into cinematic fan videos, accompanied by dramatic music and emotional captions. Some edits gained millions of views, proving how strongly the visuals inspired creative reactions from audiences worldwide. Meanwhile, longtime BTS supporters reflected on how far Jungkook has come since debuting. Many remembered his shy personality during earlier years and expressed amazement at the confident artist standing before global audiences today. The Calvin Klein campaign felt like another milestone in that ongoing evolution. Critics also acknowledged the intelligence behind the campaign's styling choices. By keeping Jungkook's clothing relatively simple, the production allowed his movements and personality to become the true focus. That decision created a timeless quality rather than relying on temporary fashion trends. Fans repeatedly mentioned that the campaign did not feel forced or artificial. Everything from Jungkook's dancing to the atmosphere of the set felt natural and immersive. That authenticity is one reason why audiences connected so emotionally with the performance. As the video continued circulating, people began predicting that the campaign would become one of the defining pop culture moments of the year. Whether through fashion discussions, dance analysis, or viral social media reactions, Jungkook once again demonstrated his unmatched ability to capture global attention instantly. Even after countless replays, fans insisted the performance never lost its impact. Some said the more they watched, the more details they noticed. Others admitted they could not stop smiling every time Jungkook appeared near the glowing jukebox or moved confidently across the wooden floor. The campaign ultimately reminded the world why Jungkook remains one of the most compelling performers of his generation. His talent goes beyond singing or dancing individually. What truly sets him apart is the emotional atmosphere he creates whenever he performs. Audiences do not simply watch Jungkook. They feel pulled into his world. By the end of the viral explosion, one thing had become clear across every corner of the internet. Jungkook's Calvin Klein dance was far more than a fashion campaign. It became an unforgettable moment of artistry, charisma, and cultural influence that left thousands of fans completely mesmerized.